Compton. Welcome to the Sketchbook Challenge Week 2. This week's theme is called Missing Normal. As I'm recording this video, it's May of 2020. For nearly 2 months, those of us in the US have been quarantined, out of school, and definitely out of routine. No matter where you are in the world right now, your life has more likely than not been turned upside down by the COVID-19 pandemic. Our lives are in the process of shifting right now. We are grieving for people in our world, in our cities, in our communities, and for many of us in our own families and for ourselves. How do we deal with the loss of what normal used to be? What kind of things are you finding yourself missing? This week, I want you to think about how you can use art as a tool to process this shift. Your challenge is to create 2 sketchbook pages about things that you miss the way life used to be. So let's take a look at our featured artist this week, KLEON. He writes books about creativity and art and also keeps vibrant sketchbooks that record his daily life and ideas. I really like his free-flowing style and how he experiments with collage. Notice how he uses patterns to fill the whole page and also uses shapes to structure the layout of his designs. Reflecting on the things that we miss can help us process our emotions and validate our experiences right now. Reflect on what you miss about normal life. Perhaps it is the crowded hallways at school, going to your favorite restaurant, or hugging friends and family members. Your pages can be serious and emotional, or lighthearted and funny too. You could even talk about things you never ever thought you'd miss, but now you do. Nothing is insignificant, and nothing is too big or too small. All right, so go ahead and grab your sketchbook or 2 pieces of blank paper and whatever art materials you'd like to use, and let's get started. It can be helpful when you're staring at a blank page to set boundaries for yourself. I decided I wanted to use shapes as a layout and only use black markers. I began sketching out some square shapes in pencil, varying the size and shapes of them and filling the whole space. I didn't really know what would go where, but this helped me get started and it was fun to play with. Then I started writing things out that I missed, just whatever came to my mind, describing the sounds and smells of things too. I sketched objects to represent coffee shops, sporting events, concerts, and also the ability to travel and see my family. I missed the way that the sun would come through the windows of my classroom and hit my students' artwork in the afternoons. Anyway, finally I went back in and thickened up my lines to add bold areas so that the contrast was balanced all across the pages. I found this exercise to be really therapeutic as it allowed my mind to dump out some emotions and thoughts onto the page. Make sure to read the full rubric, but the 3 main things that I'm looking for are if you've engaged with the prompt idea, if your artwork takes up 2 full sketchbook pages, and if you've included both drawing and writing in your design. Keep an open mind and try to let your creative process take control. Don't get hung up if your pages don't look perfect. I can't wait to see what you all create this week. Remember to check out Google Classroom for the rubric and drawing resources. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys next week. One last thing. My students told me that I'm supposed to say like and subscribe at the end of my video, so like and subscribe.